What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to Raw with Renika. And again, you have to excuse my voice because I don't know what it's doing. It's doing its own thing. I've been to the doctor. I'm drinking tea. Pray for me, guys. They say they
Allegedly.
don't see anything. Hush. But I'm waiting on some results back. So I don't know what's going on. They say it could be my allergies, but I'm dedicated to my show and I really wanted to be here because I have a great guest today. The man himself, Mr. Kamal Smith.
Just let it run, man.
Yeah.
Just let it run, B.
Yes, because he is one of the dopest directors, everything actor, producer, writer, everything. So I'm glad to have him here on the show today to talk about everything he's accomplished, everything he's going to accomplish. And I'm just happy to have you
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
here.
happy to be here.
You
Seriously.
look good too.
Thank you.
That beard is doing everything.
Is it? It's giving life.
Yes, it's giving life.
Okay, let me ask you, what is it about a beard and salt and pepper in a beard? What is it that women just love so much? Because I've been getting that. Because the beard wasn't, it was just for a role.
Yeah.
But then after I got all these compliments, I said, I'm gonna keep
So I
doing it.
think that when you're ugly, it covers up, but it looks good.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah, it covers up the ugliness on your face. No, I'm just teasing.
Hey,
I'm just teasing.
whoa, because I have a beard.
She's strictly talking about me, but it's fine.
No, but it looks good. You know what? I don't know because for years I've heard women go crazy over beards, and it was never me until just like the
Recently.
last few years, and I was like, them beards, yeah, they look good. Yeah,
Okay.
it looks good.
I'm gonna keep it. Well, I appreciate
You
it.
should keep it for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm not being funny just because it looks good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Any kind you give me, I'm a saver because they don't come often. So yeah, keep that.
So today's title of the show is In the Right Direction. And I chose that specifically for you. Because again, you are a director. I feel like you are going in the right direction. You're only going up from here. Let's talk about the very, very beginning when you knew you had a passion for writing, acting, and everything. Like, what got Kamal Smith in the game?
When I didn't get a record deal.
Are you
I swear to God, that's the honest answer.
okay? Educate me because I didn't know what you was trying to get
So
into.
music was my first love as
Oh
first.
yeah, because you do sing. You have a wonderful voice.
Thank you. That's two. Rico, you counting? That's two compliments so
Yeah.
far. All right. Yeah. So for all those who don't know, I mean, most people know this story. But I was a musician first. I was singing since the age of 14, whatever you are in eighth grade. I don't know. I'm so old now. 13, whatever. That's how far I was actually pursuing music. Not just singing and I've been singing all my life, but like taking it serious, got in a group and this, that, and the other. So all through high school.
What, you was a New Edition?
No, I was in a group. Here's the funny thing. I'm gonna send you a picture too. I was in a group called Pure Blend.
Okay.
And we were whatever. We was hot.
Okay.
Shout out to Cast Tech. Shout out to my brothers at Pure Blend. But after that, in college, I was still pursuing music. Fast forward past after college, it was 2000. God, 2004. 2004. I auditioned for American Idol.
Oh,
And
wow.
in Cleveland, Ohio.
Do you have any of that footage?
No, but I could tell you. Let me tell you the funny part about the story. Right, it's a quick story. So what people don't, well, they probably know now, but what you didn't know then, because I think that was only the second season or third. It wasn't higher than third. It was American Idol was very new at that point. So maybe the second season. You thought when you went to go audition at that point it was Paula, Simon, and Randy. So you think you coming in, you're gonna just come in and because that's all you see on TV.
Yeah.
No, there are rounds to this thing, right?
Yeah.
And so we auditioned in the Cleveland Brown Ball Stadium, and we were sitting there, and they was calling us by sections. There was so many people, it was like 10,000 people, or whatever. But I was kind of like in the first wave, if you will. So I guess first maybe 200 people or whatever, and I went down there to this booth, and it's so. Speaking of raw, like they're so raw. They are so like, when we do auditions, the poker face.
Yeah.
And I'm singing my little heart out like,
and they were
like,
impressed.
yeah, they're just sitting there just. And so when you walk up in there, they either if they take your wristband, that means you're done. Okay. All right. But if they like say, go ahead, that means you your next round. Right. And so they gave me the go ahead. And everybody knows I'm a big football fan. And so they gave me the go ahead. I had to literally walk from one end zone. Do you know what an end zone is, Renika?
Yeah,
No, you don't.
I
Okay,
do.
whatever. So that's where they make the touchdowns at.
That's what I was gonna say.
You wasn't
When they
okay.
run to the end of the.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, from one, yeah, let's just do it like that for all the women that don't know football who are listening. From one side of the field to the other, right? That's where I walked to so they could take my information, and the crowd started going crazy because we made it. For everybody that's made it, they cheer for you. Like we were all just rooting for each other, and it felt so good, right? And then I made it to that. I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I made it. I just knew this was it. And the second round, I'll literally never forget the producer of that show. Australian dude. He said, "Hey, I want everybody to look to your right and then look to your left because chances are the person next to you is not going to be here for the third round."
Wow.
Right? So, and I went in for that second round. I don't even remember what song I sung. I think it was.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, what did you sing?
For the first round, I know what I sung. I sung "Rhyme and Night," his very first song, his hit single, whatever it was back then. But I remember it was "Rhyme and Night." The second one, I think I did an Usher song, and yeah, I think I got 3 words out, and they was like, "Thank you."
Oh wow!
And I'm like, "Oh." They was like, "No,
you
no."
was crushed.
I was.
Yeah.
I was. But here's the thing, right? So full circle, going back to how did I get into, what I'm in now, acting and writing and directing. God had a plan. God has a plan that we have no idea what it's for, right?
Yeah.
And when I came back home, I don't know, I think I was down for like a month or two, and my friend just told me like, I think you should go out for this audition, which was for a sitcom called All of Us, back with Dwayne Martin and all that.
Yeah, I remember All of Us. I used to like it.
And I ended up going in there at the Fox Theater with now 5,000 people, just bared. I no photo, a headshot, that you know what I mean. Just raw talent. Right?
Unprofessional.
Well,
no, I'm teasing. Yeah, that's what I would call it now. Like I'm offended if you walk into my casting call.
I get it, right? But that's why I remember when we do that, and I'm like, some people just don't know. I had no idea. So when I walked in there, this is the Fox Theater, and I'm seeing all these people with headshots and resumes. I'm like, I don't even know what.
Right.
Whoa, what y'all got going in y'all hands? And they looking at me like, But it was such a cool experience because I went in there and I actually auditioned. I did my very first read through, guys, and audition with Tisha Campbell, and that was a spark I needed, man. She was really funny, and I was like, man,
you are funny though. Like you don't even try, and you are funny.
Thank you.
Like you be cracking me up.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Although you went and auditioned and you wanted to sing and get into the music business, at that time you were so young. Were you writing back then?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was. I think that's why the transition was kind of easy. I've always been a writer, so if it was writing girls' poems in school, that's how I used to get them, girl. You know what I'm saying? with the whoop, that's back then. You don't even know about letters, do you?
Yeah.
Y'all just do DMs.
Text.
No,
DMs.
I go out. I go pull up to their front window, knock on their window.
Okay, that's stalkish.
No, you don't.
And I start singing.
So you did not do that.
Yeah, I do.
This is my producer, y'all.
How that song go?
I don't know.
By Alicia Keys. Some people want it all.
That's what you
I
do?
hit him with that right there.
Outside the window?
Outside the window. I'm talking about like I don't use a boombox because I don't own one, but I
Right.
get like a little. I got my Alexa.
Okay.
And I plug it into their house because it need it need power. So I
So they little
tell
power
Alexa
source
like right outside,
Yeah,
next
I
to
know
the
about
hose,
Mhm.
plug that boy in, like Alexa, play something that's gonna make her fall in love, and I just
You go from there.
and I just
And how long before the
Okay.
police get there?
it depends on what city I'm in. The
Okay.
response time is
Okay.
usually a little different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just gauge it, I
Yeah.
I just gut feeling when to get out of there.
Yeah. 3 minutes and get up out there.
Yep, basically.
Yep. But when
ladies, he's smart. He's smart.
when me and Renika were growing up, sir, we used to actually handwrite letters to each other, to people that we like.
Aww.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
And so
He
I used
just
to write
played
notes
us.
though. I used to write notes, but it wouldn't be poems or nothing. It'd be like, "Do you like me?"
Yeah,
Yes or no?
we had those back then. Yeah.
And that was all I needed.
Yeah. So
It's right there.
the poetry and I was in a group.
Mhm.
So we I used to write original songs for the group. I think it kind of translated over to short stories then, right?
Okay.
But you remember, so this was 2004 when I auditioned for American Idol. So it must have been, so it was 2004 when I did the Fox audition. I had already wrote a script just one. It was for BET
Mhm.
back then, and they were getting script submissions, stuff like that.
Now, you want to know when I first came across you and I was really impressed with you?
Well, I don't know.
No, serious. All jokes aside, I'm sorry. You had your own show.
Oh yeah, because remember,
Yes.
yeah.
And that's when I first came across you. And I don't remember quite how, I'm gonna be honest, but I was really impressed. And I actually watched a little bit of it. And then I was like,
TV20.
yeah, yes.
That was a great experience.
But I'm saying I don't know how I came across you and the show. I don't know if I just caught it on TV, but I remember watching it because you had to listen to an episode or something before, didn't you?
Yeah, I had D on there the very last episode of season 1. She played we were supposed to get married, and she left me hanging.
And then when I found out you were from the D, I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing.
That was big for the city back then.
Yeah,
seriously,
it was big for the city. It was big for you. It was big for just everything.
Yeah.
So then I don't know exactly when it was, but I remember I reached out to you when I was ready to do some stuff with film or writing or whatever, and you never responded.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I don't check my DMs.
Yeah, you're terrible.
I don't. To this day, I still don't. Like, I'm not good at checking DMs.
Yeah.
So
why not though? Why don't you check your
I've gotten
DM?
better.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just like checking voicemail messages, right? Like, who does that, right? Do you check
I don't
voicemail
check
messages? Right.
No, I don't.
Like
I'm
text.
gonna be honest.
Right.
Like text. I don't even listen.
Right. Now though, I mean, I've become this person or whatever. So I try to the best of my opportunity to make sure I got to remember, like, oh, check D. Because let me say, no. It's not about checking DMs. It's about the ones that are, it's a whole nother number right here. The ones that you have to accept.
Yes.
Those are the ones that, you know what I mean? So like if you DM me right now, I see that,
Yeah, what I mean? But it's not friends or something.
Those right. And I'm like, so I got like right now, it's like maybe 6. I mean, that's not, I don't know if it's a high number, but whatever, like 60, 70 of those right now. You know what I mean?
Let me say this to you and why I think you should check them more, because for people like me, who was reaching out, even if you could guide me in the right direction, encourage me with some words, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Like, we be needing it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, when you didn't respond, I was like, oh, I'm not big enough. I'm not, I was a little hurt.
And then you met me. It was like, oh, he's the best.
Yeah, and then I reminded you.
In the
I
world.
reminded you, and I was like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Next time I DM you.
Yeah. I didn't need that reminder at that point.
I'll run up on you if you don't.
All right. Well, I think we got to stop with the violence.
Okay. Well, it wasn't gonna be violent.
Well, you gonna run up when people say I'm gonna run up on you? It's not a. It's not a. For
I was gonna run up on you and sing a praise song.
You what? That's not. No, but listen, you're absolutely right, and I think there's a lot of people that could come to my defense right now and say Kamal absolutely does get back to people in DMs and tries to help and send people in the right direction. I really, really do.
Okay.
I'm not still the best at it, but that's not. It's not like a personal thing. It's just that I'm busy, right? And I got to remember, like, oh, check these.
Booked and busy. Let's talk about that, being booked and busy. So let's get to this too, because once we locked in, we locked in. I'll be trying to be in all your business, and I'll call you like, well, tell me your business. So I remember you used to be at the radio station 107.5, and you really loved that, to my understanding.
I did.
You loved it. Yeah. And so you separated from 107.5. Do you mind talking about that? If not, we can keep it.
No, that's fine. How the separation went?
Yes.
So, first of all, still love my radio from One Family to this day. I still listen to the station, like when I'm waking up more to the gym. It wasn't a separation like that. It was a separation of that. I think this is the time where I love the radio, but the radio is more so a cool thing, right? It's cool to say I'm a radio personality, right? Like, every time I break the mic, I have all of Detroit and the metropolitan area listening to me, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. But the biggest thing that I think radio was great for 12 years was to support us.
Yeah.
Like how I brought on to the show to support their movie, support their play, support their business. You know what I mean? I think it was just a great opportunity. I had that luxury. I had that freedom to be able to support artists and entrepreneurs, and that was cool. You know what I mean? But I was never, ever, like, radio literally, when I say fell into my lap. So I was never, ever passionate about radio. You know what I mean? I never wanted to be the next Mason or Tom Joyner or anything like that. You know what I mean? So Radio One got bought out by another company, and of course, what that automatically means layoffs. You know what I mean? And so I got laid off in the second wave, and then they tried to call me back, and that was just the moment where it's like, nah, I think I'm good. I think I'm just going to be a full-time filmmaker, writer, director.
Now, at that time when they were bought out and you decided to go full time with film, were there any worries? Like, what did you feel emotionally? What were you going through?
So, but I'm gonna tell you why, because I'd already been through it before. I had been through it with Chrysler. You know what I mean? I used to work at Chrysler.
You used to work at Chrysler?
Financial. A lot of times when I tell people I work Chrysler, that you automatically think the plant.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you put your own car together.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Never saw a line a day in my life.
Okay.
Yeah. The premise of Because We're Men, going back to that, was loosely based off of my real job at Chrysler Financial. I worked in the repossession and collections. So in 2008, it was the same thing. They had that center shut down. So then, I just had landed in radio in 2007. So I was doing radio, and I was doing at the time. I hadn't broken to film yet. So. And I milked the unemployment system the best way I could. So, I was never.
That was back then, because like right now they're going to prison for milking it.
Yeah. Well, no. I never. When I
did
say
you
milk
get like 2.5 million and stuff like other people?
That's insane. And then rap about it. Yeah, I got 2 million for unemployment.
That's terrible.
Boy, let me see you real quick in this jail cell.
Look, what's that little thing? I'm finna go to jail. Yeah, come on.
You're going to jail, sir.
You're going to jail.
Why? Well, you clearly rapped about. Yeah. No. I mean, I did it. I earned. I'm a thug, but smart thug.
Yeah.
East side.
Okay, choir boy.
I needed to come over and hear you say that we were still good, bro.
I'm just not on what you want,
And I'm not asking you to be, Tay. I respect that. I'll be that guy. But I just need you to keep being the brains behind the operation, bro. Look, man, we about to touch some serious cheese, bro. Big money. But in order for us to win, I can't have us feud.
Come on, OG. Don't act like you don't know what's up.
I do know what's up. And I know it's just a revolving door. And y'all running around here like this hood stuff is so happy-go-lucky. But what happens when it comes for you?
I'm in a phase of my life right now where I don't know what to do. Like, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I just can't.
Look, if we're gonna take over like we said we was, then people gotta fear us, man. They need to know that if anybody steals from us, it's gonna be consequences behind all that.
So what? We're just killers now?
No, Deontay. We drug dealers that mean business.
Some of you are in situations right now that you know you need to get out. I'm telling you that God said you need to get out.
And I'm not Trey, Lil Mac, Pee Wee, or none of them. Which means I'm not scared of you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should be.
Let's move on. Let me ask you about this. Your name is hot not only around the city, but in Atlanta, all places and things like that. You have been a part of like some of the biggest major projects that's doing really well. Tell us, name at least 5 projects you've done in the city as far as directing, whether you wrote the screenplay or whatever. Tell us a little about them.
Cain and Abel, Family Divided, just because you're sitting right here. So
Okay. That's me. That's me.
Yeah. Not Left in Vegas because I got to put my cell phone.
Okay.
Set 5, Price of Love, and Behind Closed Doors, only because you mentioned Atlanta. And that's the one I just directed last year in Atlanta.
And now I know you can do way more than 5, but I just
Yeah,
wanted
but
you
you know
to
that's
put us
5.
on. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted you to put us up on that. Now let me ask you this: what makes you either project on or be like, no? Have you ever been in a situation where someone has come to you and asked you to either direct or just be a part of it, act and or anything in the movie, and you was like, no, for whatever reason you couldn't do it
So I have
outside of having a busy schedule?
Oh, yeah,
Outside of
that's it.
that,
There's been 2 projects. So it's been a lot of, I don't want to say it like that, but it's been a projects that I schedule won't allow me to do it.
okay,
There's only 2 projects that come to my mind to where it's not that I didn't take it. It's that after reading the script, I told the producer it's not ready,
okay,
and they valued my opinion.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So the production didn't even go up as a
okay.
whole, but it was for good reasoning. You know what I mean? They needed to do a lot more with the script before you even either that and just telling me what their budget is, and I'm like, well, that's not gonna work. You know what I
Right.
mean? You might want to think about.
Now, as a director, you said, you've had to tell a person the project is not ready to go up.
Mhm.
Tell us what it takes to get a production to be ready to go up, to be prepared for film.
Yeah. So first and foremost, guys, understand it starts with the script. Like if everything starts with the script. A lot of times people move before the script is even done. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying you can't move as far as getting things together, right? But what I'm saying is it wouldn't be smart to try to start production before a script is done, right? So it starts with the script. Next step after the script is done, like done, finalized, the producer's happy with everything. Then you want to have your cast available. So the cast can be either 1 or 2 things. Well, no, so let me stop right there. Yo, budget up, people. Have your budget ready to go. Don't start a project and because that's how projects they come to a standstill because they've run out of money, right? So you need to have I literally try to have every single thing I can possibly think of accounted for in the budget.
Mhm.
And some people, especially who just want to get in the game, they don't know, right? I get the question a lot about, how much does a movie cost? Well, every movie is different. It really
Yeah,
depends
most
on
definitely.
it depends on the script, you know what I mean? And it depends on your resources, it depends on your cast, it depends on, every producer is different. There are some people who could have a cast of up and coming where people got to pay their dues. Sometimes people just work off of exposure in the beginning. Some or their daily rate is just not as because you have to earn that, right? You know what I mean? That's the era I grew up in. I did my first 2 plays for nothing. You know what I mean? And I was fine with that. You know what I mean? I'm just starting. Not saying that now because I know times have changed. I'm just saying whatever.
Yeah.
So when you get that budget, guys, which for everybody who wants to do a film, I'm not going to code it. At bare minimums, you need to have about 30,000.
You better let them know.
All right, don't come with the 5. No, it's just not. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to discourage anybody, but I'm trying to encourage. Because at the end of the day, me and this lady that's sitting in front of me, we've sacrificed. I think a lot of people are forgetting that part of the game, right? We've put up checks. I can't go out today, homeboys. I can't.
Yeah.
Back when I was married when I did Not Left in Vegas. There's many date nights that we couldn't do. You know what I mean? Because I was stacking and saving. You know what I mean? And that's just the discipline of it all. So at the bare minimums, you guys want a quality project. Yeah, we're talking about 30 grand on the low ball. And then, you can get to, and for independent film, your 60s, maybe high end, 60, 70. But even stuff like that depends. Am I bringing a D-list actor in? You know what I mean? Am I bringing a Hollywood? I don't know these shows' names, but whatever. An artist or something, whatever. So, because, that cost, because not only you got to pay them, you got to fly them in, you got to put them in a hotel, you got to pay for their car service, or just all that type of stuff. Give them their per diem per day to eat. So anyway, getting back to your question. If I had to do a process, it would be script, budget. We'll go over what the script is. And then, you bring in your cast and you bring in your crew, right? And even if you want to bring the crew in first, because the crew, you got to have. Me personally, I'm a crew person type of first dude, right? Because I have to have these people. Like there's no right.
Yeah.
So now if I wanted to hire Rico as my lead, but I know Rico is $300 something a day, I might can't get four. Okay. I can't get Rico because once I do my crew and I break down everything else, I'm like, all right, Rico gonna have to be on the next project. You know what I mean? So
I'll give you a discount.
okay, I appreciate it. But yeah. So then once you have all of that, I encourage, but it's not mandatory. I encourage y'all to do rehearse, guys. Have rehearsals because it makes it so much easier when you get to set. You know what I mean? You don't get to set like, oh wait, what's the line? And we don't got time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say this,
Go ahead.
guys, if you're watching and listening, please take his advice. Please take his advice. He knows exactly what he's talking about. So he's a great person to get this advice from, and it's free right now on the show. So, listen to it, watch it again if you have to, but take all of this advice and use it if you feel like you want to make a movie. I want to get into Kamal, the actor.
Mhm.
You are funny. You're a comedian. You can do serious. I've seen you do a little bit of everything.
Mhm.
What roles do you like to play the most?
The villain.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But because 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 you've seen and under wraps, my sister, we talk about things that are even coming up and roles that I'm doing. But as a person, people know me as the funny, silly Kamal, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people call me, you just did it, but the only thing you did, you call me a comedian. I'm not a comedian, but
I would consider you because
Yeah.
you're fucking funny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
but I have a lot of range though, you know what I mean? And I think because starting up from theater first and even going into my first films and my TV series at the time, everything was comedy, right? So
Yeah.
people didn't know I have a lot of drama. I have a thriller in me, you know what I mean? I can take it there. So with the villain is always just fun to me because for one, off the rip, it's like, oh my God, Kamal, I didn't even know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, I did see you in one project and you were married to Tori.
Sincerely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you was
Right.
whooping her
I
tail.
was beating her up.
Yeah, I was
Mhm.
watching it, and that was like when I was first really getting to know you.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to Beezy.
Mhm.
He came to me with the idea with that project. He directed it. I wrote it. And I'm actually appreciative that he gave me an opportunity because originally he wanted a white man to play that role.
Mhm.
And when I told him, I'm like, man, let me do it. It was the same type of thing, man. You can't
Yeah.
play no serious. All right. But he gave me a chance to do it, which was great. And I remember premiering it at my 40th birthday party.
I was there.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
a whole night of short films or
Yeah.
whatever. And I remember just people side eyeing me, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like really mad at me. And but that's what I wanted. That means
Yeah.
I did
That means you did a good
my job
job.
right as an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
So tell us some of the other movies that you've played in that might have been a little bit more serious role for you.
These are all movies that are on the way.
Mhm.
So here's the
So
thing.
is it okay for you to talk about it, or you want to skip that question?
No. Well, oh yeah, because I don't want to expose.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can,
Not because I
we
want to.
can-
I don't think I can.
Yeah,
But
let's
NDA,
I don't want
NDA.
you to lead the show. They be calling you like
I don't want none of these producers.
Yeah.
See, we gave you a chance.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll just say I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Thank
I
you.
really am.
Yeah.
Looking forward. So tell us about your movie, Not Left in Vegas. Tell us about that.
Not Left in Vegas was just a great opportunity to do something with a lot of people who are special in my life, right?
Mhm.
So let's start there. When I assembled the cast, again at the time I was married, so it was my wife, my ex-wife, my two brothers who I started with, literally started acting in 2005, which is Des Cortez Crenshaw and Emery. And then my sister-in-law, Nunu Thurman. So this is like all fam, you know what I mean? Shelby, who has become my little sister in the game. We had just did a play together, I think in 2015, and we did Not Left in Vegas in 2018 or 16 and 18, whatever. DH, right?
Mhm.
So what was special, and I remember telling everybody at the read-through what was special about everybody in its own right? DH and Shelby I literally, was at the start of their careers. You know what I mean? So to be able to come and bring them in into this, James as well. All three of those, that's why it was special, right? My cousin Takesha Walker, that's like my literal cousin, you know what I mean? So it was just great bringing all of this energy together. I'm make sure I'm missing Megan. Oh God, Megan, who I had just on Skin. We did a play together called Skin. So bringing this all together was special, and then just the message, you know what I mean? It wasn't about, again, I was married at the time, right? But in the movie had nothing to do with our marriage, right? But but being married, it was like I could relate. So the script just kind of hit me like, man, it would be a great, funny, romantic comedy to bring to the world, not just Detroit, about the how difficult it is to get to the altar. Right, like the challenges of just what you go through. Like people think wedding planning is so easy, and like there's this, it's pure bliss because once you say, will you marry me, and it's like, yeah, I do, and everything, and next thing you know, it's a wedding. No, it's not that. But I just thought it would be a great way. The whole message and the whole thing, though, for those who haven't saw it, watch it. It's on Tubi right now. So please support. But at the very end of the movie between Nunu Thurman and Emery. The whole message is about when you are in love and you are with somebody, that's all that matters is you two. Yeah. Because you are going to have so much outside noise, is what I like to call it, right? Your mama telling you, your girl telling you need to leave him. I mean, it is no marriage of anyway. I say in the whole world that is going to be perfect, right? But it needs to be perfect for y'all, right? Exactly. And whatever struggles that you guys go through, being the highest end, I guess cheating, the lowest end, you didn't take the garbage out, right? It's going to be arguing home, but you can get through it if you guys, you know what I mean? But it's all about you two. So that was the message. And it was fine when we went up north. God, if I had a camera back, where were you at, Rico? So I could have showed y'all
everything. Y'all had you did it big. You did it big for Not Left in Vegas. Yeah, I remember being at the premiere thinking like, he got money.
Yeah, no, I was broke then.
He got money. Fancy cars, all kind of, they in cabins.
Listen, so on that point though, that goes with what I'm always talking about. Use your resources, right? Because that Corvette that I drove, that was my sister's car. Oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
because I was peeping it on, I said, he is rich.
No, I was fortunate. You know what I mean? That helicopter ride, when they told me how much it was for an hour, I said, well, how much for up and down? Because this is real talk, right? Like in the script, the original script, it was supposed to be a private jet. And I finally got access. Shout out to my line brother. But he's like, yeah, I got a guy, call him up. He said he could use his. And he told me, well, yeah, man, you just cover gas. I ain't even tripping. Okay, how much is gas? Oh, yeah, about 1,600-1,700. Dang. Cool. All right, well, I'm gonna hit you back. That's one of those. Right. 1,600. So even in the helicopter scene in Not Left in Vegas, it was up and I said, look, an hour, we're gonna do some up and down. But they were cool. Once they got the film, they was like, man, you guys want to go for a spin? So I was able to let my people there go have fun. They didn't charge me. It was a cool experience.
Will you marry me? Yeah? Come here.
Oh my gosh. Coochie, Jesus. Allergies.
For Jameis and Rashad, 1 is the magic number. 1 wedding to plan.
Stop it. You're going for all the green colors, all right? Okay. I have a reputation to uphold. Gumby is not part of the program.
Don't even listen to her, niece. Marriage is a beautiful thing.
Says the woman who's not married.
The only thing that matters is us. And us saying I do.
1 crazy bachelor party.
We are about to embark on the journeys of all journeys, okay? We're about to have the bachelor party of all bachelor parties.
Jay, what the? Don't you even dare. Don't you dare say that word to me. You don't get to say that word to me. No, I get to say that word to you.
1 huge argument.
Let me tell you something else you don't know about your mama. She watches porn, too.
What did you and Dad do?
Oh, we got divorced.
Are you serious? Is this real?
And 1 big secret.
So how long y'all think Shy do?
Hey, here's the keeping secrets.
We supposed to tell each other everything, y'all. Hell, I even told y'all about that time I lied to Ron about having an affair, hoping he would divorce me.
You never told us that.
No.
This fall, the truth shall set you free.
The whole time we was planning the wedding, all I could think about was how I was gonna take her out. You mean like different date ideas? He's talking about killing her.
She doesn't know she's Miss Mom.
I'm willing to do anything and never lose you again.
Kamal Smith's Not Left in Vegas.
What's going on? And why are you two naked? Obviously, we just got done having sex, but that's the last thing you need to be concerned about right now.
I know I've been working a lot and trying to stay strong, man, but look, we need to just sit down and communicate.
Now, we are learning a lot about Kamal, the director, the actor, the writer. Tell me something that a lot of people don't know about Kamal.
That I'm bashful. I'm not shy. See that? Listen,
Rico, just shut it down.
All right, it's been a great episode, guys.
That's what I'm trying to say. People don't understand the difference between shy and bashful. I'm not shy.
Okay.
I'm bashful. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you something that you,
Educate me. Tell me.
Yeah, this is probably something you never even knew. Reedy, what's up? And you guys can testify if you really think about it. Bashful means, and for me, I'm not a person that receives compliments.
Oh, okay.
I'm bashful.
So
So
we are like then in that way.
right. So
Yes.
even for me, because God has blessed me to become the man that I've become, and especially in this industry, I don't like the accolades like that,
Yeah.
right? And I get clammy.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, you know what I
Get
mean?
it.
So even to the points where, I'm about to really put a secret out. I'm not in premieres when doing the red carpets, like unless it's mine, but I'm kind of always at the tail end, right before we go. All right, movie's about to start, y'all. Because I don't like to be around.
The movie about to start. Come on, y'all.
That's when I come through the door. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you right on time. Come on. I know. I timed it right because I don't know what it is. I'm a very bad person.
Humbleness too, because
Sure.
I'm kind of the same way. Like when people be like, "Oh my God, you did," I'm like, "No, I'm just doing what God gave me the talent to do."
Absolutely.
And for me, just writing, creating, whatever it is, it's just what I know how to do. And I've been blessed to utilize it to make money and bless family and people around me and different things. And so I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. Yeah, 'cause
Like,
I
and
tend to shy
even though
away
I'm
from
in
stuff.
the limelight, I
Yeah.
don't like being in the limelight.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather not be in the
Yeah.
limelight, right?
Yeah.
Unless, because I've been in the limelight my whole life, literally. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? From high school, middle school to high, I've always been this popular person. I've always been, radio, whatever it may
Yeah.
be. You know what I mean? But I've always been like a very bashful person. You know what I
Now,
mean?
when you were doing radio, I know you probably did a lot of interviews for like famous people. I'm just throw some names out there. That's Big Sean, things like that.
Yep.
Did you manage to keep in touch with any of them? So maybe like one day, let's say you wanted to reach out and be like, "Hey,
You know what? If I have to give a jewel to all those who are watching this episode, do it. I didn't do it enough,
okay,
right? Because I always looked at it like I ain't about to.
yeah,
You know what I
get it.
mean?
Yeah.
Because I know how it is, and because I know what these artists are really on after this radio, they're on to the next radio interview, and what it's always that what's the chances are, but like
Yeah.
so what are the chances, right?
Yeah.
What do you have to tell us,
Yeah.
right? So the couple of people that I did keep in touch with, who we exchanged numbers, I would say Jacarius Johnson, and we kind of went back and forth for a minute before we lost it, whatever, and stuff like that. Also, guys, understand, don't get discouraged,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you put yourself in their position. Put themselves in the position to be these famous people who are doing well for themselves. You want to hope that they want to give back, but how many people are these people? Which is why I try to, going back to what we were saying before, to add as many DMs as I can. You know what I mean? Because you think about how many people are put me on, man, put me on,
Yeah.
man, put me on. That's with me and you right now, right? And I
Yeah.
did, hey man, when you gonna put me in a movie? Which, by the
Yeah.
way, guys, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Like, just such a more professional way. I'm not
Yeah.
saying don't try to jump in DMs but do it the right way.
Yeah.
Don't hey put me on. I'm not even gonna respond to that.
Yeah. I get it.
Put yourself
I get
on. I put myself on.
And then I think a lot of times people be like, "Hey, put me on and put me in a movie and do this," and then they're not even serious.
Exactly.
Listen, people say all the time, "I want to be in a movie. I want to be an extra. I want to be," and then you post, "I need extras Friday at 3:00, so and so and so." So everybody that's been bugging you in DMs, you
Yeah,
know,
where you at?
asking, they don't show up. They don't call. They don't. People like to play games.
Yeah.
You're not gonna play any type of games with what I'm trying to do.
Also, it's just the way that the market has moved now, man. I mean, when we started doing film, we were doing it for, I'm not even gonna say the right reason, but because we're really passionate about film.
Mhm.
Now film is just cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool. Oh, I want to be in a movie. That's cool.
Oh, okay.
You know, my home.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Rico's in a movie, and if I'm Rico's boy and I see Rico in Renika's movie, I'm like, oh shoot. Oh, that's Rico, man. Hey, Rico. So now I want to do it because Rico did it. It's
okay.
cool. It's the cool
I
thing
didn't know
to be.
what it was.
Yeah. It's cool to be in movies now, but it's not. That's where the market is. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And it's oversaturated because of that. So now even
Yeah.
people like, what did we say? We said at a minimum of 30,000, right, to do a movie, right?
Yes.
So the people that do got 30 grand, yeah, I'll go do a movie real quick.
Yeah.
And then you look at it, it's like, yeah, bro, it's so much more than that though.
Yeah, because
You know what I mean?
it's a lot to
So
do behind the
yeah,
scenes.
right.
Because a lot of times people only watch the movie, and I think too people can be very critical of, like, if you make a movie, independent film, a lot of people can be so critical of it, but they do not understand how much blood, sweat, and tears that you've
that
just
goes
put your
into it.
money, and like you said, the sacrifices you made, not going on dates, staying at home,
Putting
probably
every
not getting
penny
your
up.
hair cut, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you know what it is that you want to accomplish,
Mhm.
and they don't get to see all of that. They just see
Yeah.
the outcome.
The end product. Yeah.
So with that being said, so now also I want to ask you about this. We spoke a little bit about you being married.
Mhm.
Being married before, as a man, what do you think you learned from that or got out about yourself? And is there anything that you think you can improve on as a man for a woman? If you don't
Yeah.
mind me
Oh
asking.
God, please, guys, learn through my mistakes. I think at looking back, I was very selfish, but and let me explain why. In the way of, because I did actually therapy for myself, well, counseling as well, but that's neither here nor there.
But I'm glad you
So
said that, because a lot of men won't go to therapy, for
I
some
think
reason.
I need to go back, like, because therapy is not only when you have something wrong, right?
Yeah,
Therapy is just
yeah,
therapy, right?
yeah.
I actually need to. I would love to go back, but anyway, shout out to Saida. But the first thing that she made me realize, this is why I think I was probably very selfish in my marriage, is that I kind of phrased that the biggest thing I had was that I used to spoil my ex-wife so much, right? And I wouldn't get things back in return.
Okay.
But I did. I just didn't get it back in this way that
In your love language.
yeah,
It was
right.
her love language.
And exactly, right. So even before she broke down love language, she broke down I broke down my biggest thing was about happiness, right? And then she was like, "Oh, come on, you got the game messed up because you were looking to find happiness through her.
Mhm.
You got to find happiness in self."
Mhm.
And so, to answer your question directly, if I was to go back the hands of time, one definitely communicate, which is crazy because I'm the master communicator, right? As a director, I over communicate, but the way we communicate,
Mhm.
on my part, I'm speaking for her, but on my part, I probably could have did way better, on a lot of things. Probably would have prevented a lot of arguments. You know what I mean? Again, I was selfish in the way of this thinking, man. If I like, I'll just give one small example. A woman stayed having fresh flowers in the house always. When the moment I saw a piece of leaf falling, I'm getting another one, another bouquet ready to go. Right. This is not to brag. This is my point of how stupid I am. Right. So that being said, but I did that because I know she loves flowers, right? I mean, I loved her, and this is, like, right,
nothing
and
wrong with that.
yeah, that's just me, right? Um, but to have to think like, well, why you gonna do this? First of all, I did that because I wanted to do it for you, right?
Yeah.
She shouldn't have had to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my ex-wife showed me so much love in other ways, right? That I just didn't pick up on because that wasn't really my, like, all right, well, this is, you know what I mean? Like, that's cool, but man, you know what I mean? And we would have stupid arguments about like stuff like that. So I think the bottom line is when you're married, just remember to always be selfless. And that'll the marriage a long way. Like you have to always remember, be selfless, I mean, and when you don't want to, be selfless. You know what I mean,
what would Mr. Smith be looking for in a woman now, being that you are going places, you know the direction you want to go in? Has your taste changed? You're getting older, so I hope that you're maturing. And I'm not being funny because a lot of people
No,
get
no, I heard
older,
you.
but they don't mature.
Yeah.
You know, they don't grow. So, Kamal Smith, the man you are now today, what would be the type of woman that you're attracted to?
That is a first question of this interview that you got me stumped on. Because it's so many things, but I'll try to if I was really in the mind frame. So first I got to start with me, right?
Okay.
Because I'm not even thinking about a relationship right now, right? But if I was, the very first thing I would be looking for is maturity in her.
Okay.
Right? Knowing the business that we're in, knowing how much time consuming it can be. It's knowing the person that I am, the audience that I draw, the attraction that I draw. Not attraction is from other women, just attraction as far as in demand. You know what I mean? Can she, in a sense, handle that? Right? Because some people, not men and women, they don't want all that too much. Y'all got too much going on. You know what I mean? My phone, and you know this, right? My phone is always ringing, or I'm getting texts or whatever. You know what I mean? This is my life. You know what I mean? I'm always answering whatever, emails or whatever. That type of life, can she sustain that and be comfortable in that? Right now, a piece of that is me, right? Because once we get serious, it's about me making sure that I let her know, hey, you are included in this life. You know what I mean? You don't ever have to ask me, hey, can you come to rehearsal? Girl, yeah, come to rehearsal. You know what I mean? Like this is our life now, right? But we would have to get there. So the outside of that, the general things that I love a woman. Let me tell you this: the big secret to my heart is loving a woman that can make me laugh.
It's not food.
Nope.
You know, most men say
It used to be, but I don't even eat like that no more.
Yeah.
Right. But if you can cook,
it's a plus.
Put some salad. Yeah. But for so long, before my ex-wife, which is one thing I loved about her, she was hilarious. But before then, I felt like the women that I dated, I was like the amusement. You know what I mean? And not men like, hey, come, is like, I'm coming. I said, this the guy from the radio, and then it's like, oh, tell him what station is it? Oh, you know what I mean? It was like, I don't want to be this. Remember we were talking about the limelight. I just want to be me meeting your peoples. I don't want to come to the family barbecues and you know what I'm saying?
Introducing me because
of status.
Like of your status.
Yeah. I mean, so cool. that I definitely that sucks. But so anyway, let me wrap this question up. Laughter, maturity. I should have started with this most importantly because it should be number one. God fearing.
I was gonna say that. I was waiting on you to say that. I was gonna smoke you.
No, man. Everybody knows how I feel about my God.
Because I know we didn't pray together.
Yeah.
Prayed about stuff.
Yes.
Prayed for each other.
Yeah.
So I already know.
I apologize. That's number one. My grandma probably like, boy. And my dad, boy. I think in a nutshell, the things that normal people want, understanding, me caring, all that's cool and all that. But like if I had to do a top three, probably 3 or 4 or 5, God fearing, make me laugh, be mature enough to handle a person of my presence. Top 3, yeah.
Are you ready to be wowed? Be your own kind of beautiful at Mad Gear Boutique. Quality and classy apparel is what you'll find, ranging from small to plus size, serving the Metro Detroit area for over 20 years. Mad Gear Boutique has it all. Your one and only style destination for unique, classy fashion, shoes, accessories, and much more. Come in and check out our new spring arrivals at 10792 Belleville Road in Belleville, or chat with us online at mymadgear.com.
Where do you see yourself going from this point on? Like, what do you see in the future for you, far as the business, film, anything like?
For one, more Kamal Smith
What are you
films.
manifesting?
Yeah, more Kamal Smith films.
Okay.
For the last 3 years, it has been heavenly, just God to be able to direct so many other of my counterparts' productions.
I don't like being called your counterpart.
I wasn't talking about you.
Oh, okay.
Because you're my sister.
Yeah, it sounds like something I don't know.
My family, is that better? So many other of
I'm just
my
messing with
family.
you.
It's been a blessing, and to be repeated, right? To study of work with Renika now twice. You know what I mean? And going to be a third, right? Because we just work well together. So that means that obviously I have.
Well, actually, we've worked together 3 times.
I meant as far as you hired me as your director.
Oh,
Stay
okay.
with me.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Interrupt me again.
Yeah.
Rico.
You know my car was a
Not now.
little short and yellow.
Hey. Y'all need to relax here.
Yeah, right. But that being said, I'm ready to. I've worked my
Yeah,
I've worked
that's okay.
my ass off for the last 3 years since leaving radio. Right, I've had just nonstop.
You haven't missed
right?
a beat.
Not one, right? But now it's time for real to kind of concentrate on my. I have like 3 scripts written and two concepts of my own for a Kamal Smith film that are just sitting there.
Do you ever see yourself leaving Michigan? You know how people they go to Atlanta, they go to LA, they go to all these
No.
places thinking
Not now.
and expecting for bigger opportunities. Do you see
No,
yourself
I
doing
see
that?
myself venturing out there more. That was a great experience to be able to go. Shout out Cole Prince for bringing me down there to direct Behind Closed Doors last April. I see myself down there more, right? Or wherever to do more opportunity,
Working and networking.
Yeah, but not actually. I'm totally 100% comfortable understanding that I want to make it out of Detroit, not make it out of Detroit. I want to make it out of Detroit here in my home city, right?
Yeah.
And I think if we haven't proven anything in these last couple of years, especially right now, Detroit is on fire with independent film, right?
Yeah.
Now, understand this: my plateau has never been in this, not just independent film.
Yes.
But I have done great things, created a great life of me in independent film, and I've learned that, when I was younger, Rico's age and a little older, I wanted the big mansion and the Ferrari and all that. No, that's cool, and if it comes, it comes. But what I understand is God has said, "Hey, I don't know if you realize, Kamal, but you're kind of living your dreams right now, right here,
You
right
are.
now. You're
Yeah.
living your dreams."
And you
right?
know what else you're doing? You know how Tyler Perry gave that speech about sitting at someone else's table, building your own table.
Correct.
You're definitely building your own table.
Thank you.
You know, making your own opportunities for yourself and other people as well.
Thank you.
So
Seriously,
you're doing the thing.
Thank, as well as you.
Yeah.
I know this is, you're
Can we get the
host.
hand clap? Can we get the
Yeah.
hand clap? Because he don't do it this often.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
go.
about to do this.
Can we get the hand clap?
Hold on. Let me hit me with the announcement one more time
Alright.
because we got to make it grand.
You ready? As well as you, Renika. Let me talk about Renika McQueen
Clap.
one time right now.
Yes, I love
This
it.
woman started back in 2017, I believe, was Deceitful Passions, correct? 2017?
Yes.
And I remember specifically sitting in the car with her and her crying
Aw.
because she just couldn't believe that she had completed the film, or we was about to. I think it was the last day right before we was about to wrap. She just told me about how this was. She reminded me again. You remember when I DM'd you? Yeah, okay. Yeah. But she said this with tears in her eyes, guys. This is a true story. And I said, Neek, this is just the start for you. And then fast forward 5 years later. Really, that was 2018. I just remember that. That wasn't 2017.
Well,
You know, I remember.
I got the progress started. It was like October. I went to the movie premiere, got my book. So I know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
because I remember it was 2018
Yeah.
because Beezy actually brought me on to it, and that's when we and him was doing all the collabs that summer. But it was
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah.
So fast forward 4 years later to have 3 films out and all these books that you're still doing, now writing your own material, now holding your own classes, and becoming a real staple in the community of film.
you.
Having all these young ladies reaching out to you because they're inspired by you. I just don't want you to cut yourself short because you are really, really doing it big, and I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Because I really don't like. I'm for real. I guess I'm like you, bashful. When people reach out to me and they compliment me and saying all these things, like I still don't see it yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't see it yet.
Right.
I just see.
But that's because you're just
me doing me.
You're just moving. You know what I mean? You're not even thinking about. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I commend you on continue to keep doing that though, right?
Thank
like
you.
just keep moving. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because you'll just keep progressing forward and don't worry about the distractions and the fluff and the temptations of the bad stuff.
Yeah.
You know that people can get sucked into. You know what I mean? That's not going to ever be you.
Now let me ask you this: here in the city with independent film, do you feel like there's any that we're missing? Any type of other stories we should be telling and things like that?
I think that there's a lot of stories, more stories to be told, but I think we're transcending slowly but steadily in that direction. I think that the last couple of years we've oversaturated the market with drugs and on the block because people will say real quick hood movies, and I'm like, well, I don't personally necessarily classify because these are stories that people actually live, right? This is life, right? And even in real life, we'd be like, oh yeah, in the hood, you know what I mean? So I get it. But so there's a market for that for sure because these stories do need to be told. But I think it's so many more stories that need to be told, right? That I just and I think that we're creative enough to put these stories on display. You know what I mean? There's stories on children trying to make it out of bad homes, right? You know what I mean? Or bad situations at home. You know what I mean? There's stories, there's love stories. There's so many more love stories. And I don't mean the stories where they cheat on each other and this that. No, I mean true bottom line, like, hey, thing called love in life.
Yeah.
Where people just legit fall in love.
And
you know what I mean? And there's no mess.
Go through, I was gonna say the mess and being hurt and the infidelity.
Yeah,
and
it's
two people together. So,
the journey of falling in love. Like
Yeah.
I think God, A Sentimental Mood. I think it's the name of the film with Don Snipes and Debbie, who captured that really well, right? But it just needs to be more. So yeah, I think we're getting it because I think even the producers that have been in these last couple of years who have been producing the hood movies are venturing out. I see it. I know for a fact. You know what I mean?
Well, I definitely know a family divided. There's nothing hood about that.
Absolutely
and
not.
I was very adamant on doing that. And I didn't want it to be hood because one thing that I do is I listen. I'm on Twitter a lot and I see they have a whole film community on Twitter, like writers, everything, creatives. And a lot of them are saying like they want to see stories being told that are not hood. They want to see something different. And so I wanted to do that. I wanted to give that because I want everyone all over the world to be able to watch something that I did and be like, I rock with her. I love her work. And I don't want to be boxed into one genre.
I was about to tell you that's the thing though, right? Don't say because Deceitful Passion was a really good movie and you get a lot of traction from Deceitful Passion, right? So it's not that it's about showing range as a producer.
And that's what I mean. That's what I want to do. Show range.
Yeah. Because a lot of people think range is just with the actors. No, range is writers, directors. You know what I mean? I have to show range every time. So when you look at just look at my body of work, right? So the things that I mentioned. So Cain and Abel, let's do this. Let's say Cain and Abel, we'll say Behind Closed Doors, movie in Atlanta, right? Which was my first and only LGBT. LGBT movie, right? Dear Future Husband.
LBGTQ.
It's Q.
Something.
So yeah. I get around all the time. And
we love y'all.
Yeah, I just say, listen, I don't want
no
no
offense.
smoke.
We don't want no smoke here on the show.
Right. But Dear Future Husband, which was a faith-based movie.
Yeah.
And then I throw it in there, Not Left in Vegas, right? Which was a comedy, right?
Yeah.
All different.
Yeah.
And that's just me as a director.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Well, actor as well in Not Left in Vegas, but all different genres.
Yeah.
And I try to make sure that I as a director and as a writer, that I am always doing different genres of work to keep me not mentally boxed up. You know what I mean? I just wrote a film. Literally just completed a couple of weeks ago for a client. I don't put his name out there like that, but and it is more what we just say hood. You know what I mean? Hood of a hood movie. But I'm okay with being versatile in that, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, Training Day was hood. It was just upscale Hollywood hood, right?
Yeah,
but I mean, you know,
and I like Training
everybody.
Day.
He won an Oscar off Training Day.
Can you do that? Everybody's favorite scene.
Oh, King Kong.
Yeah. Can you let me see you do that? I'm putting you on front right now because I'm doing them like this because he loves to act. I'm putting them on Front Street. Yeah, do it. Do it. Come on.
I don't know the words. I know that part. I mean,
okay, do that part. Let me see how you would have said it.
I would have said it.
Hold on, Rico. Let me hear him.
I would have said it.
Rico know the words.
Yeah, see, I don't know the words like Rico.
Okay, but let me the words you do know. Let me see.
Okay, you got it.
I would have said dang. All right. So no, I had to think about it. All right. So they was all around. He was looking like, are you motherfuckers gonna do that to me? You motherfuckers gonna do that to me? Hey, Jake!
Do it.
Jake, come back here! You mother... Okay. I'm putting cases on all you bitches, huh? You motherfucker! 23-hour lockdown! Jake! Something like that.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, wait a minute.
No,
hold on.
yeah.
Wait a minute.
He did a good job, didn't he?
That was crazy.
Wait, I need you to do the King Kong.
That was crazy.
What was crazy?
That was insane. I've never seen an actor like act.
He's dope.
Oh, thank you, man.
That was cool as hell. That was so convicting.
I want to know though, how do you know all the words? How many times have you watched
I love Training Day. It's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, okay.
I love Training Day.
But I need you to do that last part.
He said you got
about
mad
King
squabbles,
Kong.
boy.
I gotta get back in. I mean,
This the last time. Come on.
know.
This the last time. Let's go. Because I want to see.
Can I just do that line?
That's it. Yeah, just the King Kong. That's it.
King Kong.
No, I need you to do it right.
You see how she do me?
Yeah.
I do.
She be like little brother me.
Look, this is Raw with Renika.
Period.
Right?
Raw, real, all of that.
And this.
All right.
Come on.
All right.
You got
This
it.
is the last time I'm doing this.
This,
all right?
okay,
This is
the
the only
last
line
time.
you're gonna get.
All right.
All right. Got me sweating.
Because then the next role I want you to play is Whoopi Goldberg.
I'm not doing Whoopi.
So,
Here we go. Bring it out. Here we go.
Okay.
It takes so much energy to do these type of things.
Come on.
All right. King Kong ain't got shit on me, motherfuckers. All right, that's it.
And there you go.
All right, there it is.
Red, just step away for a second. But when he come back, I need the hand clap.
Oh, let me do it.
I need bombs dropped, everything. So I'm so glad that you guys got to see the talent.
I cannot put you.
Yeah.
You really put me on spot to do improv. But I will say this. Here we go.
Yeah.
I will say this. I'm glad you did that because I'm glad that you see. Glad that your audience gets to see. Hey, man, when you're trying to get in this, I'm in it. Renika's in it. But when you're trying to get in this, you better be ready to go at all times. Auditions may not be in the audition room. You might bump into Renika on the street and she may love it. And this is a for real vibe that Nika will give you. She might love your look because she's hit me before and says, hey, I saw somebody in the Chinese store and I love her look. Well, is she an actress? I don't know, but I got her on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's me.
Like seriously. So you just got to be ready. You have to be ready to go at all times. Like,
listen, I just flew somewhere and I was on Spirit Airlines. Yes, I fly. Whoever is reasonable. But
I fly Spirit.
The flight attendant on there, I got his information. I'm like, I could make a whole movie about him. Just his character, his energy. I just saw something in him and I loved it. And I gave him my car. We talk and I'm like, I'll meet you soon. So you're absolutely right. That is something I do. But before we go on, can you get that hand clap for him? Because my boy did his thing. He did his thing.
I would just like to say, we need a training day 2. And it with you as
With me,
like
oh man,
his son or something, and you came up, and now you got a friend. Oh no, he dead. He in that movie.
I was about to say, but I could come up with
But
it.
he could be he could be like his
getting
daddy.
revenge.
Yeah.
But his
You
father,
feel
his
me?
father was his son. I don't know if you remember the movie.
Yeah,
He was a little Mexican
It don't
boy.
matter. You was the son that he had because he
You-
was cheating anyway.
I'm about to say, and then we can have another. I'll be his actual son, right? And then me and
You
you
could be
gonna
the little
beef.
Puerto Rican son.
We beef, right?
Yeah,
and then
because
it's like, dang, you trying to do this, but that was my dad too,
Right.
and I gotta take you out the game.
There you go, Rico.
But I don't want to die though.
Well,
I've died in the movie before. It's actually fun dying.
Huh?
It is. It's fun.
how does
dying.
that work? Because I be looking like when people be like when they die in a movie and like they
Um,
body screen, I be looking like you still
yeah,
breathing.
making sure they ain't blinking. and
Yeah, I be
eyes
looking.
around.
I'm like your chest moving. You ain't
Do you
dead.
do that? Come on, when you watch a movie, do you
Do I
look
watch
at like
it?
when somebody's got shot and they supposed to be dead or something, and then they put the camera on them a close up? Do you make sure their eyes not moving, their chest ain't going up and down?
I'm a chess guy.
Yeah,
Because I feel
okay.
like if I'm like, well, independent film, I might look at everything. Because
Yeah.
in independent, some of these movies, they, sir, you're clearly not dead. What are you doing? But like on a Hollywood budget movie, I do look like,
Oh my
how long can they hold their
God.
breath, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, obviously, as producers and writers and directors, we look at movies different, and I
Yeah.
hate it. I wish I can't remember the last time I could just sit back and
I was
not
gonna ask
look
you
for it.
about that.
Yeah,
was gonna
how I
ask
look
the
at
both of you about that.
Yeah,
actually.
it's so impossible to just look at a movie these days just for pure enjoyment.
Just okay, because that's kind of how I've gotten with music.
Yeah.
Like with everything that I've been doing here, like I listen to music now, the bass level, like I go all the way. Forget the lyrics, forget ad lib, all of that. Like I'm listening for production value.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure that with y'all being directors, it's like y'all see a movie and you like, oh, I wouldn't have done that, or that looks weird, or
You know
that
what?
could
For
be
me, I
something.
just more so take notes.
I was about to
and I
say,
learn from.
yeah, don't exactly.
Yeah, I never say I wouldn't have done that because mistakes happen. Sometimes I mean
Okay.
I've seen them on $1 million budget movies where there's mistakes, but
Mhm.
I'm learning. I'm still learning. I don't know everything, of course, and a lot of times I just take notes.
Mhm.
You know what I mean, even good notes. I'm like, oh man, I gotta try that. Or
Mhm.
you know, I even look in the credits. I want to know who was the cinematographer, who did the
Okay.
editing. So
Mm.
when my money is when theirs at, I know who I want to
Exactly
reach
who
out
you
to
wanna rock
because
with. I get that.
yeah,
I get that.
yes.
Yeah, and then also, I just was watching. I just finished up watching Ozark.
Okay.
Have you watched that?
Everybody's
No,
been
I
smacking
haven't.
about Ozark.
But I've heard a lot about
Yeah,
it.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about it.
Yo, that's last season just went crazy. But my point is, so it's not always Rico. As to piggyback off what Nick said, like, oh, why they do it? You know, what I mean, it's not that. It's learning. I
Yeah.
learned the game watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I get that.
Literally from when I was young, in my young 20s, starting with theater, just watching how the director moved, watched how
Mhm.
some of the other. I was the rookie. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
I
I
get
was just
that.
watching body movement, the directions that he gave. You know what I mean? I'm alert. I'm attentive. You know what I mean? I've never had schooling and independent film now. A lot of people don't, right?
Mhm.
You know, going to Juilliard and things like that is kind of like the thing in the past in the independent world, right?
Mhm.
Because it's just not needed. But I'm still always a person to preach. If you really want to be serious about acting, educate yourself in
Mhm.
some type of fashion. Take this. There's a whole, even here in Detroit, there's so many people who Moolah, Dennis Reed, myself, Janaea Black, Renika, like we're these are all. I'm leaving people out, but excuse me guys for doing that. But we're teachers. You know, we're not just directors and writers and producers. We try to educate you guys,
Mhm.
but you gotta want it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
definitely.
You got to
definitely.
want to get better. You know what I mean? I still to this day, as every form, a writer, actor, and director, I want to get better.
Mhm.
Like I want to be better, right? And we're talking about, you know, the guy. And I hate when people say this, but this is the guy who people like. He's the right, and
Mhm.
I hate that term, but you know what I mean. But my point is,
Do we have a goat sound?
No, but that was. I'm gonna.
Okay, there you
like,
go.
clip that
Yeah.
and then upload
Yeah,
it.
we need that. We need that.
Yeah.
How
but-
come you're not a fan of the goat saying?
Because I just feel like, you know, the GOAT is greatest of all time. I don't feel like I'm the greatest of all times. I feel like I inspire to be great,
Mhm.
but I'm not. I don't. You know, it's kind of like even if you look at Hollywood, right? Like if you say, well, who's the best actor ever? I mean, what do you compare it to?
Yeah,
you know what I
you
mean? There's so
can't.
many different levels. I
It's
mean,
like comparing apples to other apples.
you could say Meryl Streep because she's won so many Oscars, but is she the? You know what I mean? Like you can't.
What's the metric?
Exactly. What is the metric?
Yeah.
Right. So I that's the part that So anyway, on a independent level here, I'm flattered, by it, but that means that at least I know that I'm good, right, and that I'm good with in everybody's eyes. But I mean, when people say that, you're talking about people that I know, right? So if you're saying Kamal's the GOAT, well, what does that mean for somebody like Thomas Harris, who I think is dope, right? And you know what I mean? Like these are my people. You know what I mean? Who I talk to on the regular. You know what I mean? What does that say about Janaea Black? You know what I mean? Like, is she not the GOAT? You know what I mean? So that's another reason why I say, yeah, that's cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks, but that's not necessary. But do I inspire to be great at all times? Absolutely.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But the greatest of all times, I think that's just so hard.
You're not the GOAT. You're the GAT.
I will say this. He is, whether he wants to be called a GOAT or not, he's extremely good at what he does. I love the way he comes in, what he expects of you. You know what I'm saying? Definitely with the actors, you got to be on point.
You do.
Yeah.
He's going to rehearse and everything. He's going to help you do all of that. And when you come in, you need to know your lines. And if you don't know him, he's going to be like, why the hell you don't know your lines? We've been practicing it. And that's what I love about him. You know what I'm saying? You're on point. I got to give it to you.
Seriously, yeah. And for those who have went through that, they know. But
he be checking me.
I do.
We be on set. I'm on the phone. He like, Nick, put the phone down and pay attention. I'm like, oh, okay.
But that's only because I'm always come from a point of view of I want people to be better. I want you to always be the best you, the best version of you can be. That's what I want for you. And I know I'm now in the position to be able to give you that that education, that knowledge. You know what I mean? So if you listen, you're on your way. You know what I mean? And so I'm gonna push you because what else are we here for?
And I've learned a lot from you. I've learned a lot. Like I call this man crying, screaming when stuff ain't going right. When it is going right, I'm calling. I'm like, what do you think about this? That's because I have a lot of respect for you and what you do.
Thank
you.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
I'm glad you came on here today, and I'm glad that even though you didn't answer my DM, that we are still able to have this relationship. No, I'm dragging in the mud. That's what I do. I
We're
drag
here
things.
now. We're here now.
Yeah, because of me.
Right? And we're God.
Because
we're
of
both,
me.
Well,
because you didn't answer my DM.
I think it's more so because of God.
Okay. God most
put us
definitely.
together.
Yeah, he did.
See that?
He saw that you didn't answer my DM.
He did not see. He didn't answer your DM. He saw that wasn't the time. But now it's the time, and we're here now. And I'm so glad our time is over. Can we get this mic off now, Rico?
Rico, let me ask you this last question. Let me ask him this last question.
Hold on.
Yeah, listen.
It's all because of the DM.
I forgot now. He threw me off.
No, come on. Last question. Go for it.
It is.
You want to go to Sanders and get some lunch?
Okay. All right.
No, I'm hungry. My stomach's been growling on.
We going?
You actually have work to do.
No,
that's crazy.
No, you don't.
I do. I'm actually filming tomorrow. Shout out to Rocky Black, man. We got a come back home tomorrow. Shout out to all my cast and my crew. We go live tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm excited. We got one last rehearsal tonight, so let's get
and shout movies out too, and tell them where they can find you at, what platforms your movies are on, where they can find you on social media.
Yes,
all of that, so they can get in your DMs as well.
Well, that sounds stalkerish, but all right. Facebook, I'm really not on there, guys, but I'll give it all my platforms. Kamal Smith. And here's the thing: you're gonna see me on there, but I'm never on there. I post through Instagram on the Facebook. So really, if you want to holler at me on Instagram. That's Kamal Smith, the number 2. So it's KAMAL Smith, the number 2. And please watch Not Left in Vegas on Tubi. Watch Coffee Talk on Amazon. Gosh. And just what you do. This is the easiest. It's going to sound so egotistical, but I promise you it's not. I just realized you can do this and it's be the same thing, right? Go to Tubi and just put in Kamal Smith and all the films that I'm a part of in some type of capacity.
Yeah, it's going to pop up. Yeah, it's going to be a lot too. Well, again, I want to thank you for coming on the show and doing this interview with me. I really enjoyed it.
I appreciate you.
I enjoyed having you here.
Thank you. I appreciate you too.
Yeah, so, all right, Rico, let's wrap it up.
We out of here?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Thank you guys so much for being in front of my camera. Right?
Oh, can I sign off like I used to do on radio?
Yeah, go
let's
for it.
do it. Go.
It's all you.
All right, man. Right. So the music, the song would be in and
boom,
right.
boom,
Like,
boom, 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 boom.
I don't know what song that might be.
Boom, boom,
All right, so we're just gonna make up a song. We're just gonna make up a song.
boom.
Hey, yo, that's that new Rico Reek. It's
Yes,
called.
sir. New single coming out soon.
All right, come on, man. Let me get back to my radio zone. Here we go. Let me see if I still got it. All right, here we go. All right. Let me give you a song name. It was I got one. Here we go. All right. Hey, yo, that was the new Rico Reek called Training Day Part 2. Listen, man, we are the home of hip hop and R&B. It's been a pleasure. It's been fun. I gotta get up out of here though. My girl Renika is coming in next. Make sure that you still tune into her because she got a lot of tickets to give away for you too. As always, I'll leave you with this. You can become or you can wonder what you could have become. The choice is yours. Follow your dreams, follow your visions. Don't let nobody tell you no. Every door closes because it's supposed to be. But remember, you only need that one that has to be open. Holla at your boy.